Good morning. It is Friday the 7th of March 2025. I'm outside Peterborough City Hospital. Yeah, and I've just been for my pre-op assessment. I took some blood, all my blood pressure and everything, took some swabs, whatever. Yeah, so all stations go for Tuesday when I come back in here from the operation. You know, am I prepared for the op? Yes and no. These things happen, we shall see. Anyway, on to Tuesday. Good morning. It's Tuesday the 11th of March 2025. It's 6:45 in the morning and I'm at Peterborough City Hospital. This is it. This is the operation, the reversal I've been waiting 6 years for. So yeah, prep, nervous a bit, but hey ho, let's get this over and done with. Well, that's all the paperwork done. Just waiting now to be called down. Apparently there's a couple before me, but today's the day. Nervous.com. It's now Monday the 31st of March 2025. I'm sat in an armchair at my parents' house, still recovering from my op, and I'm going to be honest, it's been a bit of a struggle, both physically and mentally. Yeah. So the last video you saw was me waiting in the one of the little rooms at the hospital on the day of my operation, which was the 11th of March. That's about 7:15 in the morning. So, you know, I get down to the hospital for 7 o'clock. So sat down there and they called me in about 7:15. Yeah, fine. Mum and Dad said goodbye, said see you later sort of thing, because they dropped me off. Sat in there 7:15. Mr. Hardy, the surgeon, comes in, says, yeah, you know, it's your procedure and everything. Yeah, he says, should take about an hour. Fine, dandy. No, we're not expecting any problems. He said, I think you were the third or the fourth one down today, so probably about 12 o'clock time we'll get to you. She says, are you ready for it? I says, yeah, ready as I'll ever be. And then he went and the nurse come back in, gave me like a glass of water because I was nil by mouth. And the surgeon come in, had a chat about it all, and said, you know, are you allergic to anything? I said, only fish and strawberries. And says, do you have problems with anaesthetic? I said, not really, I'm just occasionally a bit sick afterwards. He says, well, yeah, we can sort that out, and you know, anything you need. I said, well, look, it may sound stupid, but you know, there's a chance before you put me under, I can just pat me stomach goodbye. It served me for 6 years. He says, yeah, it's not a problem. We can cope with that. So off they went, and I'm sat there waiting. I'm thinking, well, am I going to sit down here till they call me down? And about 20 minutes later, another nurse come in and says, oh, we need the room. Can you go back in the main reception area? So I had to wander back up there with my bag and everything. I'm sat there in a chair, and to one side of me is this girl with her arm in a sling, and she was going on about, oh, when they're going to call me out for my operation, but I presume they're going to reset a bone or something. And her friend was sat the other side of me, and I kid you not, she had a 6-pack of Krispy Kreme donuts and a 2 blooming Costa coffee drinks, and she was going through them, and I'm thinking, I'm nil by mouth here, I can't cope with this. So I'm sat there till I think it was about 11:45, and then they said, oh, you can go back down again, get changed. They're just the patient's in recovery at the minute. They're just waiting for them to come and pick them up from the theatre, so you'll be ready for you in about 5-10 minutes. So trot it back down again. Sorry, I got an itchy nose again. Tried it back down there again, got changed, and then the anaesthetist guys come down and walked me down to theatre. Now I got into theatre got the anaesthetic room about 12:15. Sat there talking to them all, and you know, getting all their equipment ready and checking on a few things. And they said, yeah, you want to pat your stomach goodbye then? I says, yep. So I gave it a pat and said, are you ready? I says, yep, fine. So gives me the old propofol in the old wrist, and away I went off to sleep. And then the next thing I know is I come to about 4:30, I think it was, in the recovery area, and in there was one of my old mates from work who'd left and now become a nurse, and he was in there and he was talking to me, and I'm trying to make sense of who he was. I recognised the voice, but I just couldn't place it, because I was still out of my true on the anaesthetic. So finally worked out who he was at the end, and then about 6:30 they wheeled me up to Ward A4 where I was going to stay for the next couple of days. And I just got up there when Mum and Dad walked in. So, and then they just got me settled into bed, and my mate popped in again. He said, how you doing? I said, you worked out who I am now? I said, yeah, I worked out who you are now. And then when the nurses came in, I knew her as well, because she'd left Royal Mail to be a nurse. So talking to her, trying to work out who she was, and I finally worked it out the next day. So sat there in my bed, and of course parents go home at 8 o'clock, and talking to the chaps either side of me, and we found out that we all grew up on Westwood Estate in the late 70s. So we're having a nat about the good old days on Westwood Estate, and found out that we'd grown up streets apart. So, and now about that for the next that was a talking point for the next couple of days. So, and this was the Wednesday. So got up Wednesday, fine, potted around, said, oh, we need to move you, we've got a patient coming into your bed. I went, well, okay then, where am I going? They jammed me in this bloody corner, tight little corner with a very narrow gap that I'd have to sort of shuffle down in between two patients. And these two bloody new patients were a pain in the flaming ass, because they took all the space up they could in their area, which just left me with a small little area to waddle it in and out of, and you can hardly get any visitors in. If you got visitors for me, they had to stand up because they took all the seats. So lucky I was only down there till I think it was Sunday morning. But so I'm there getting dosed up on me cocodamol and me 2 paracetamol, and they said, yeah, basically just all we need you to do now is poo and you can go home. And of course I couldn't poo because there was nothing going around the system. I'm thinking, I didn't feel hungry at all. I was just literally keeping my fluids up, and get through to Saturday night, and the nurses come round and says, are you in pain at all? I said, no. I said, I'm just a little bit sore. She says, well, I've had an idea. Do you think you can cope without the cocodamol? Because I think the cocodamol is blocking you up. So I said, yeah. I said, I will give it a try. So they just give me the 2 paracetamol, and slept through Saturday night into Sunday morning. Got up Sunday morning, I thought, got to go to the loo. Wandered off, past a little pellet. Thought, oh, that's good. And then a bit later on that day, I got this urge again. And I kid you not, it was like trying to pass a bowling ball. And they said, we might try you on a couple of laxatives. Just give you a very light laxative, just to help things along. Says, because probably you're all dried up. Because, as I've said before, your large bowel, its major job is to reabsorb all the water that goes around the system. Of course, there's nothing been around my large bowel system for nearly 6 years. So everything's dried up solid. So they gave me some laxatives, and about 2 or 3 hours later they kicked in. So it was a bit looser, but I finally got past this big lump of poop out. And I said, yeah, well, that will do us. So I said, unfortunately you can't go home today, you might go home tomorrow, which is Monday. So I'm sat there in bed at night thinking, oh, because I've got no television. Any TV I wanted to watch, I had to watch on my iPad, because the 2 blokes on the side had got both the televisions. So thinking, all right. So I'm sat there in bed. It's about 9 o'clock at night. Nurse comes along and says, are you still here? I went, yeah. She says, right, we'll sort that one out then, because I'm still jammed in the bloody corner. 10 minutes later she comes back and says, right, come for me for a walk, we're moving you. So they moved me around to a side ward. I was on my own. So he said, give us 5 minutes and we'll move the bed in for you. So moved me into this room on my own, fine. Sat there, managed to watch Match of the Day 2 on the telly at night, and got up in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, and there was 2 other blokes in there, and one of them was winning speaker to, the other one I was on a quick natter to. So sat in there, had the breakfast as you do, and another quick poop and farting and tooting away as you do. And then Mr. Hardy come to see me at 9 o'clock I think in the morning. He said, "Yeah, I think you can go home now. Do you want to go home?" I said, "Yeah, can do." So phoned mum and dad. They said, "Oh, he'll be ready about 11, 12 o'clock." So sat up there waiting, and they said, "Oh, but do your last dressing changes. Have you actually seen your wound?" I said, "Well, no, I haven't yet, because they put a dressing on the first day and it has to stay on for about 3 or 4 days, and then they change it." So done the first dressing change, which was interesting, and I had like a very small letterbox shape where my stoma wool used to be, which has got a heel up. So I've got to do daily dressing changes for the next 2-3 weeks now. It was for 6 weeks originally. So they said, "Fine, yeah, what you need to do when you go home, phone your doctors up, get them to book you in for daily dressing changes." So they're fine. So they finally let me out about just after 1 o'clock. So got home, or got around my parents' house where I've been for the past 3 weeks, and phoned the doctors up. And she said, well, we haven't got any appointments." Bang, phone down. I thought, well, that's bloody brilliant. So I thought, well, okay, I'll go to the walk-in centre at the hospital, which was on the Tuesday, which would have been a week after my operation. So went down the walk-in centre, and I said to them about it all, and they said, "Yeah, that sounds about right." So I said, did he give you a letter?" I says, "Yeah, they gave me a letter." He says, "Well, if I were you, take that letter into your surgery and show them what you need," which is what I did. So when I finished we got my dressing changed, and we went to my doctor's at Bretton. Walked in there, handed the letter to the receptionist, and bless her socks, nice young girl, she sat there for half an hour going through all the surgeries that they cover, and she got me appointments from the 17th, the 18th of March, or sorry, the 19th would have been, which would have been Wednesday, all the way through to the 11th of April. And she's had to flip between different surgeries, and so she's actually booked me appointments at my surgery, Park Medical Centre, which is part of my medical centre, the City Care Centre, the GP Hub, which is down Thorpe Road, where the old walk-in centre used to be. And then she says, the days that I've not got you in, she says, just go to the walk-in centre and they'll change it, the dressing for you. So, done that. Got home, so it's been a fun of trying to poop. So I've had to, they said, just get some laxatives, just take one a day, one if you're feeling a bit bunged up. So I've only taken 2 of them, and I'm seeming to be pooping normally again now, and my wound's slowly getting smaller and smaller. I've had the doctor sign me off until May the 5th from work, so because I can't go back because I need the wounds have healed, so everything to be still sealed up so I can get some strength in my body again to lift things up. And then I had the people from work phone me up, the employee advisory, I think they call themselves. I said they decide if you're fit for work. So she phoned me up and they said, "Oh no, you'll be fit for work in 3 weeks." I said, "No, I won't." I said, "I've seen the doctor. The doctor signed me up for 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks." He says I've got to see him before he's got to declare me fit for work to go back. "Oh, well, no, our system says this." I says, "No, I'm going on what the doctor says. You're just giving me a phone consultation. I don't see anybody." So I took my sick note back into work, and my boss said about, if you get the phone call, he says, yeah, it says, don't listen to them. It says, listen to what your doctor says. So I won't be going back till May. It says, I haven't been to any football games since May the 9th, I think it was, which was at Netherton. So I haven't seen any games at all. I'm missing me football. I can only watch the games on the television. So yeah, it's been fun. The learning to poop normally has been interesting. I've had to go down daily dressing changes. I'm feeling a lot better now than what I was 2-3 weeks ago. I just had no energy at all. My appetite's slowly returning, but you know, we're making progress.